This is a nightmare. This young boy told his mother sometimes in December 2024 that he had a confession to make to her on confidentiality. Unable to figure out what her son wanted to confess, but desperate to hear that confession, this woman sat put to hear what her son had to say. But guys, nothing prepared this woman for the confession that was about to hit her. Her 16-year-old son told her, to her utter shock, that himself and 4 other of his friends who are also students of their school were together knocked by a popular Lagos hotelier at Bokno Isheri Osun area of the Lagos state. At that point, this woman forgot anything that had to do with confidentiality as she screamed, alarming her husband to hear what her son had just confessed to her, because that was too heavy for her ears to carry alone. The boy told his mother that the hotelier did not only knock all of them, he proceeded to issue a stern warning that should any of them speak of what had happened to them on that day, they would be unalived. While the mother of this 16-year-old boy was trying to comprehend the chilling details of the confession that had been made by her son, she had no idea what was coming next. Before her very eyes, shortly after the chilling confession of her son, she watched her son spiraled into madness. These are things we often saw in Nollywood movies, but not in real life. But here it was playing out real for this woman, live and direct. Her son has gone into madness shortly after confessing the chilling details of how a hotelier knocked him and his teenage friends. As soon as the father of the victim got wind of this situation, he rushed his son to a prayer house where prayers were offered for days. After a few days, the boy felt better, and when he was a bit sober, in a bid to get justice, they took him to the Isheri Osun police station, where he made a statement and narrated his ugly encounter and ordeal with this said hotelier. There at the police station, the victim mentioned the name of his fellow students who were also knocked by this hotelier. But to the greatest shock of this boy's parents, again, shortly after that confession at the police station, the boy relapsed and again spiraled into madness immediately. At this point, the family of this young boy knew that they had bigger problems to deal with. After his confession, the police went in search of his fellow students to hear their own account, but they were only able to get one person who honored the invitation boldly to the police station with a laptop, where he gave a detailed and chilling account of how the hotelier knocked each one of them one after the other. As if to mock them, he proceeded to give them 5,000 naira each, and then the warning and threat followed immediately. Should they disclose details of what happened to them, they will be unalived. And they said when the hotelier was done knocking them, he brought out a white handkerchief and wiped off each of them. It is unknown the purpose for which he did that, but he actually did, allegedly. This other boy revealed to the police that they were at the hotel to partake in a TikTok program, only for them to be invited by the owner of the hotel, who is usually addressed as CEO, and he lured them inside one of the rooms before proceeding to do the unthinkable that he did to all of them. The students said from all indication the CEO had been doing that to other students. At this point, you're probably wondering if the police have arrested this hotelier already. But after the report was made at the police station, the police went to his hotel to arrest him, but they couldn't arrest him. He sent his lawyer instead to speak with the police. But the father of the victim was shocked when the police called him a few days afterwards to inform him that the accused, that is the hotelier in question, had transferred the case to Zone 2 in Onikon. The victim father said he made effort to know the department that was handling the case at the Zone 2, but he was rebuffed by the police, and so he took himself personally to the AIG in Zone 2. And the AIG immediately directed his men to go and arrest the hotelier. But on getting to his hotel again, he was nowhere to be found, and so he couldn't be arrested. It is said that some of his staffs were arrested instead. I am wondering how productive that will be anyway. The victim, the 16-year-old boy who suffered this as a result of what happened to him, was taken to Mirabel Medical Center in Ikeja after his relapse. There at Mirabel Center, he was asked to be taken to a psychiatric. They took him to a psychiatric hospital and they eventually took him to the one for teenagers. Medications were issued. He's been taking it religiously according to his parents, and they were told that he will be okay soon. But they said, despite taking his medications religiously, his condition is getting worse by the day. It is unknown if what that teenager is going through is as a result of the trauma that came with what that hotelier did to him, or as a result of some spiritual implications of his confession of the deed that occurred on that fateful day. But whatever it is, justice needs to be served. And we are hoping that these young boys will not be let down, that this matter will not be swept under the rug. Guys, I would love to know your thoughts on this story. Kindly pop them in the comment section. I would love to read and I will engage. In the meantime, guys, take care of yourself, take care of your emotions, take care of your mental health. Be kind to yourself, be kind to the people around you, and always stay safe. I remain Dorcas Ige Oluokan and I love you guys.